Is this thing on? What's good with it, folks? I'm back with the U325W UPT, a 32-inch 4K IPS monitor from Sceptre. When testing panels from Sceptre, it always comes down to price versus performance, and is it worth it to go with a budget offering, or should you spend more? Now, before we get into the specs, let's address who I think this monitor is for. Well, actually, who it isn't for. While you can game on it, and we'll address that a little later, it's not for the hardcore gamer. If you're in the market for a 4K panel with a high refresh rate, HDR, etc., look elsewhere. Going forward, let's just go ahead and call this the U32. As someone who typically mains a 27-inch monitor, I have to say I do like the added girth of a 32-inch panel. They advertise an edgeless design, but it's more like edge light, as there is still a small amount of bezel on it. The stand is somewhat disappointing as it offers the most basic tilt back and forth option, but no ability to raise or rotate. It is VESA compatible, so you'll need to attach it to an arm if you want to adjust its height in any way. For inputs, you have 2 HDMI, 2 DisplayPort, and a headphone jack. And you may just want to put that headphone jack to use because while this does include speakers, well, I'll let you be the judge of those. When it comes to the menu, you get pretty much the standard rinse and repeat budget monitor options. Some basic profile presets, I left mine on default, the adaptive sync toggle, and your overdrive settings. Now this panel is advertised at 70 Hz, but in Windows I was able to overclock it to 75 Hz and 1440p, which may be useful for anyone who does want to game a bit with the U32. Running games at 75 Hz at 1440p is less taxing on your GPU than 4K and may allow you to boost the graphic fidelity, depending on your system spec, of course. Also, this does have FreeSync capabilities built in to help with screen tearing, stuttering, etc. Now overall, it's really about its performance. At first, I was disappointed about the advertised 350 nits of brightness, but when it comes to pushing raw content into your eyes, words like vivid, vibrant, and visually appealing come to mind. Out of the box on the standard profile, while I did feel like the contrast was pushed a bit, I didn't get the idea that there was a massive warm or color temperature shift, a phenomenon that is pretty consistent with budget monitors. Without testing with a proper calibration tool, I won't pretend to give you any scientific data, but for overall content watching, I don't think you'll be underwhelmed. If you're on the side of creating the content, then this is a solid option for a workhouse unit that could be an introduction to a 4K panel you've been looking. If you're an Excel ninja or a Word document diva, then this 32-inch 4K panel will not only give you the screen real estate to be a PowerPoint pro, but you can also kick it into 70 Hz and get your game on. Now, if you're someone like me who loves first-person shooters, you're probably going to still want your 144 Hz, 210 Hz and above monitors for that fast twitch gameplay. But if you're going hard in your favorite single players and you can get a stable 70 FPS at 4K in the games you play, then you might want to give this a try. In the end, it does bring us back to one question. Exactly who is the U32 for? I think if you're looking for a solid bang for your buck where you want a large panel, 4K resolution, good enough colors, and the added boost of 70 Hz with FreeSync capabilities, then this is a great starter monitor. To me, it just comes down to price. At the time of posting this video, you could pick one up new on Amazon for about 250 bucks, but during the time I've had this monitor, it's been seen as low as 199. 200 Canadian rupees for a panel with these specs is a steal, but sadly as 4K monitors are growing in popularity, there's also a bunch of options in this $200 and $250 price range. In the end, I'll leave it up to you. Let me know down below, is the U32 worth checking out, and what monitor are you currently using? If you want to see more monitor suggestions, check out my playlist in the description below, and until next time, have a good one.